What a game it was in the city where the love is brotherly and a whole bunch of brotherly love going down for Cubs fans. Yeah, they're exiting Citizens Bank Park feeling pretty good about the powerful display the Cubs put on. 4 long balls, a pair of them coming off of the bat face of that guy. Number 8, Ian Happ, the quiet storm. Anything but quiet this evening in that batter's box, logging his 16th career multi-home run game and his first of the season as the Cubs double up the Fightin' Phils 8-4. And that is your final from Philadelphia, PA. And without further ado, it's time for us to get this show on the road. You just checked in with us right here on Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Yuengling, America's oldest brewery. Cole Wright, he's Cliff Floyd, and whoa, what a win today. The Cubs bats, they certainly broke out, and boy, did they need it, because 3-game losing streaks, it's not really in their vocabulary this season.
You know, I got in my seat today when we got here, and I said, Ian Happ is coming alive. We was talking to Andrew Miller.
I did hear you say that.
And we said that he was coming. Hence why we won, and you didn't say nothing about it.
Oh, well,
we cha-ching, and you said nothing.
We were waiting to get to that. I picked Michael Bush, so the cha-chings happened for me nice and early.
Okay, well, I'm going to say this about Ian Happ. When you pull your hands in like that on a ball that's inside a little cutter, I mean, you can't get him out. I'm telling you, we've talked so much about him and how he's been a table setter, but different than the prototypical one, right? The one that gets on base, steal bags, the one we've been talking about with PCA. Ian Happ has solidified what this team needs at the top. And when you look at what he does, whether it be a 6-pitch at bat or it be a situation where he can turn around and go bridge from the right side. So the last 2 days he got 3 homers. I'm telling you, it's about to get to that point where it's going to be 1-0 a little bit more, because I think he's looking to hit the ball at the ballpark a little bit more based on the pitches he's getting.
It seems as if every single at-bat from Ian Happ is a reconnaissance mission. He's going to go into the dugout, let everybody know what that pitcher on the hill is working with. He always likes to drive up that pitch count, and when the pitch count goes up, that means that the Cubs are digging into that bullpen earlier rather than later. That is good news. Even better news, the Cubs went out there and nailed themselves down a W, still with a chance to go out there and get this series tomorrow. You see most career home runs as a switch hitter, active as it currently stands. Well, anytime you're on a full-screen graphic like this, you know you're doing something really right. Ian Happ out in front of Ketel Marte by a pair of pumps. That's what we saw him do this evening. We're also going to catch him right about now, catching up with Taylor McGregor for his evening's exploits. Go, you two.
Thank you. You usually say that you separate your right-handed swing from your left-handed swing, but with the power that's shown up on both sides, is there any connection?
No, I mean, not between the swings, but I just a little bit better rhythm, left-handed. You know, the results weren't there yesterday, but the at-bats felt a little bit better. And yeah, so to connect with a few balls today and a couple of walks, I think just plate discipline, doing a good job of laying off a bunch of tough pitches. Pretty good day.
A bunch of homers to celebrate today, but I want to ask you about Matt Shaw and his defense. From your perspective, how impressive is it the way that he's progressed?
Yeah, it's been pretty special. If you pull up a video of that last play, I think my mouth was wide open, jaw. I couldn't believe it. He went for the bare hand, but he's been exceptional. I think just all the way around what he's been able to do defensively and locking down that position and playing at a really high level. And then also with the bat, just getting on base and giving us a chance. He's been pretty special, and it's a testament to his hard work.
In the bullpen as well, it's not just one guy. It seems like everyone out there is pitching super well. How important is that to this stretch?
Yeah, it's huge. You look at a game like today, you know, we come out of C-Ray comes out of the game there, and they just lock it down. You know, they lock it down. They don't give up any more runs, give us a chance to add on and be up 4, save some of the backing guys for tomorrow, too, and it's huge.
Thanks, Ian.
Yep.
Cole?
T-Mac, Happer, good stuff. The Cubs, they move to 22-4 when they do launch 2 or more home runs in a ball game. And tonight, I think it's a safe assumption that we tip our cap to our guy, Carlos Pena. Was it a Placata party going on tonight?
It was a Placata party.
Oh, boy. The ball was coming in nice and large this evening, wasn't it?
Well, you have to go back to when they, had the Placata party in Detroit, right? It kind of felt like that. It was going in that direction. And it starts with Dansby Swanson. We did a breakdown. No, he didn't see it.
He was watching.
Maybe he got somebody text him.
Okay.
But I still think this was a bad pitch by Abel, right? I just think when you see the slider before this pitch, and I'm saying, you know what happens? He was watching Zach Wheeler yesterday get him on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball up and thought he could do
the same.
And it just didn't happen. And Happer comes up and hits this off-speed pitch. He stays back so well. That ball was up where he could just put the bat on the baseball, and then Michael Bush clobbers one to the second deck.
442. Get off me.
You know what? You know Phillies bullpen typically catches it and throws it out.
little extra
I
heat
think
on
Michael
that
Bush
one.
might get this one.
Okay.
But I think this is the best one tonight. 89-mile-an-hour little cut piece from Tyrone Walker, and Ian Happ pulls his hand. That ball is in, off the plate. Typically, you hit that ball foul, right? But when you think about how he pulls his hands in nicely, that's why I say he's about to get hot.
Okay.
Because when you don't over-exaggerate and just get that ball off you, you can stay.
Look at this.
You can stay fair. So a lot of plockulus tonight.
Yeah.
And it helped them, get back on track and win this ball game. But man, the most home runs in a road game.
That's big.
I mean, they won.
To be able to score away from the house, it's huge.
By a big margin too, right? So yeah.
Oh!
Come on now.
Baby.
Come on,
got any
man.
more of those insurance runs? The Cubs offense in the 8th inning. Yeah, Tyrone, he knew exactly how to nail it down. And Cliff, it's funny that you mentioned
mama watching,
that
man. Hey, Olivia.
Go watch the Chappelle Show. Seasons 1 through 3. It's magnificent. The younger generation, maybe they should tap into that. But either way, looking at that pitch that Dansby Swanson hit out of the ballpark, that's the pitch I said that I would have thrown. I said, go fastball up, let her high, and you said, no, don't go. And sure enough, Dansby got to him.
Well, you have to have short-term memory, but if you can keep your hips, what we've been talking about with Dansby, that pitch for me, I just felt like was just a little bit more, up, but center of the plate. The one that Zach threw was away, and this pitch, you get on top of it, you can do some damage, and this is the type of pop that Dansby has.
And it's almost as if he didn't try to do too much with that pitch. He wasn't trying to pull it. It hit it 500 feet to left field. He said, I'm going to square this thing up and then let the chips fall. And that's exactly what happened. That ball fell over the fence.
Yeah, well, he's 0-2, right? So you can't really do too much. But I think he gets into trouble, and we said it earlier. I'm not going to go down that road again. I think if he can just keep his hips a little square, you'll get more of this production you've seen from him, tonight, because when he's standing on the baseball, he's dangerous. Bottom line, he's dangerous. When he's on the baseball and doing the things we've seen him do just about a month ago, I mean, you thought, he could lock that in and keep it going.
Sure.
You get away from it just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, this game is hard. It's hard to hit. It's hard to be consistent in this game. I think that's why, we was talking about it earlier. You have superstars, you have stars, and then you have players supporting cast guys.
Absolutely.
That's what the game is.
And Dansby Swanson with 2 strikes to get the ball game started. Didn't get too big on his swing. He said, I don't want to get like Cliff's pocket square, because that is out of control right about now. And Dansby swing, nice, methodical, ready to roll. And yeah, you see the end result. High fives all the way around. Not necessarily north side high fives, but anytime you're doing it on the other team's ballpark, that's when you know you're putting something together quite nice. Game 2 of this series goes in favor of the Cubs. We're going to show you moving pictures, and we're going to hear from a few of the usual suspects. That and more, it's next right here on Cubs Postgame Live.